class. This is Carla Hunter, and I am giving you a brief presentation about the narrated PowerPoint assignment. This won't contain all the details about the assignment, but I just want to make absolutely sure that you understand how to narrate a PowerPoint and also some things about what makes an effective versus an ineffective PowerPoint presentation. So, the first thing I want to share with you is a YouTube video about how to avoid death by PowerPoint.
I hate about PowerPoint, and I figure it's kind of my duty to point them out. So here we go. Here's common PowerPoint mistakes. Number one, people tend to put every word they are going to say on their PowerPoint slides. Although this eliminates the need to memorize your talk, ultimately this makes your slides crowded, wordy, and boring. You will lose your audience's attention before you even reach the bottom of your first slide. Please don't do that anymore, please. Number two, most common, many people do not run spell check. Big mistake. Nothing makes you look stupider than spelling ers. If it's got a red line under it, recheck the spelling. And finally, I hate this. Avoid excessive bullet pointing, only bullet key points. Too many bullet points, and your key messages will not stand out. In fact, the term bullet point comes from people firing guns at annoying presenters. Hence the bullet point. Bad color schemes, not good. Clashing background and font colors can lead to distraction, confusion, headache, nausea, vomiting, and loss of bladder control. I can't stay on that one too long. Here's something I've noticed. The number of PowerPoint slides you have in your talk, the less useful your talk actually is. Unfortunately, my presentation is right there. I've also noticed this. People love to pack data into their presentation and just shove more and more data thinking it's better, but it's not. The more data you have, the harder it is to read your slide, and the effectiveness plummets. Now you can improve the effectiveness by adding some shading and some 3D effects and some second order and third order effects. And I know, let's add some labels. That'll help a lot. And that's pretty much every marketing slide I've ever seen right there.
I don't know about you, but that video never gets old. I have experienced death by PowerPoint many times, and as college students in a 400 level class, I'm sure you have as well. So let's not do that to each other. Now, I am going to show you, in case you don't already know, how to narrate your slide. So you see that I have the window open where we're looking at the various slides, 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. I am going to click on a slide. So let's say that I want to narrate this opening slide. So I will click on Slideshow, Record Slideshow, start recording from the beginning. And I always leave this slide and animation timings and narrations and laser pointer, and I start recording from the beginning on the first slide, but really you could have done either current slide or beginning. On the other ones, be careful to always start with current slide. So I am starting my recording, and you can look up in the corner and see that it is recording. So this is sort of double recording because the Screencast-O-Matic presentation that I'm crafting for you right now is recording, but the narrated PowerPoint presentation is as well. If I am happy with the first slide and I want to just keep cruising on through, I just hit the space bar. And then it saves the timing, and as you can see, I have about 28 seconds on the first slide, but I'm starting over on the second one. We watched the Death by PowerPoint. I showed you how you go under Slideshow and begin your recording. I always like to test a few seconds of my recording and listen to it before moving forward with the presentation, and that way I know for sure that I am being recorded before I get all the way through every single slide, and am crestfallen to learn that I have not indeed been recorded. So that's just a little tip. Be careful also that if you're already happy with the previous slide's narration, you use the record from current slide option. And you can start over, which I do sometimes. In fact, I'll pretend that I'm not happy with this slide, and we'll just start it over. So I'm going to hit the escape key, and you see how it goes back, and I had 1 minute and 1 second on that, but now I am going to... So we're pretending that I wasn't happy with that. My Screencast-O-Matic had to pause for a second when I popped out of the presentation. So I'm going to show you now, if you are just not happy in the middle, I don't want to teach you Camtasia, I don't want to teach you Empatica, or any of those really complex types of cloud applications, or at least the last I was taught them they were complex. So this is the simplest way I've been taught, but sometimes you might flub midway through a slide and you might just want to let it go and do it over. I'm happy with this one, I'm going to leave it alone, but this one I want to start over. So I go to slideshow, record slideshow. I'm very careful I don't hit record from the beginning, because I liked that one. I hit record from the current slide, and boom, start recording. And you see how it zeroed that out. And now I'm recording that slide again. My Screencast-O-Matic keeps going, but the narrated PowerPoint is showing you that I have erased what I had recorded before. So be careful. If you're already happy, use the record from current slide option. I like to save lots of versions of things as I go, because computers prove themselves time and time again to be relatively unreliable. They just are imperfect, and sometimes they shut down, and sometimes power goes out, and sometimes we lose our internet connection, and things happen. So I like to save things and email them to myself, or put them on an external hard drive or a flash drive. Now, I'm happy with this slide, so I'm going to hit the space bar. Go into the last slide. I just want to make sure that besides watching this video, you actually go to the assignment description and the rubric that are in the D2L content module, and it's going to contain this information from last week's email. And as you can see, this is a hideously crowded slide, so I am not going to read every word off of this slide. I just wanted to remind you that you do already have a lot of the information from the email that I sent you guys late Thursday, early Friday morning. And so hopefully you've already gotten started on these things. And finally, ensure that you've met all the requirements of the rubric, and listen to your entire presentation, please, before you post it, to ensure that you have sound and to ensure that it is fitting for a class of our caliber. I wish you the best on your presentations, and please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm really excited to see what you can do, and for you to show yourselves just how good of a job you can do on these presentations. These are things that you might choose to save for a portfolio for later on, or to show as samples for sample work for a job interview. And you can make them as interesting as you would like, because remember, we are going to be using them as study guides for quiz number 3. So you want them to be engaging, but also stay within the time boundaries. That is absolutely vital. Again, call me or text me or email me if I can help you in any way, and have a good week. Thank you.